Yeah, releasing the Kraken. No! No? Whoa, shit. Scooter time.
We're starting here, starting right now. 1, 2, 3. We breathe it in. We feel our hearts, they're pounding, rising up to feel the fire dance wild through our veins. We take a chance and know we'll never be the same. Giving it all we got, giving it all. Giving it all we got. Climbing up to the top of the world. No fear, we're gonna make it. Everything we want is ours.
Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? Craig here. And this morning I went out to the government fish hatchery to collect more fish for our new little channel pond here. Fish are all jumping around in there. I wonder why they're jumping around. Maybe they're just trying to get out. Which I had them sitting in here. So we'll go ahead and release them. I don't have my farm clothes on right now, but I guess I can get dirty. There are 8 bags. Each bag has 200 pladam, or otherwise just basic black tilapia. I'm gonna see if I can set this camera down. And there's 4,000 3 times, wait a minute, 16, no, 17, 8, 9, 20, 22, 23, 24, I don't know, 8 bags, 4,000 fish. You figure it out. I saw a red one in there. Yeah, releasing the Kraken. Hopefully they don't get eaten by some rogue snakehead. No! I just slipped and fell in the thing almost. Whoa! Ah. There you go. Bunch of fishes. 4,000. We'll see how we get out of there when they're all full grown. All right, things we do on the farm, part 2. Alrighty, how you guys doing? Like those fish? I'm gonna go check on them in a minute. But first, I thought I'd share something with you. That I don't even know. I probably shouldn't even share it, but I feel like I want to share. Because what the were you thinking? Anyway, so remember in the previous video, I showed you how I set my rocket off down there. And I thought, yeah, cool, which is pretty cool. And, you know, said, don't tell my wife, I think I said that in the video. And I also showed that I had a whole group of those rockets that we got from the, you know, from the festival when we were there. Anyway, my neighbor came over this morning, and we were just, you know, messing about, whatever. And I got the rockets over here, and I set them on the table, and I took some out and fired it down there to show them, and we had a good laugh, you know. And then what I decided to do was maybe from right here, so I strapped this bamboo guide, so you know we could send it right here. I mean, it's close, but really it clears all this stuff, so that shouldn't be a problem. So I had all the rockets sitting there. And so anyway, I went with my neighbor. We went in town, tooled around, did a bunch of stuff, and then came back. And my wife took her mom to the hospital today, and so she came back, and we were just sitting in the room, getting, you know, staying cool, watching the internet or whatever. But it's already later in the afternoon, so, and we're gonna go get something to eat in town. So my wife, as typical, she would say, okay, well, I'm gonna go, you know, water the lawn and stuff, water everything, and then after I get done doing that, we'll go eat. Okay, so she comes down and she goes and checks the fish, and she comes back up and she goes, yeah, I think the birds are going after the fish already, you know, the little fish, which could very well be. And I was like, remember, you know, one bird can eat a heck of a lot of fish, whatever. Anyway, I kept doing what I was doing. She came down, she's doing all she's doing. And then I thought, well, you know, I'll come out and check those fish myself or whatever. And so I come out of my house, and if y'all seen my videos, you'll know my house, you know, I'm upstairs, and I come out the doors, and just about the time I'm walking out the doors, I hear this noise that, I mean, it sounded like planes were crashing into each other. It was so horrendous. And then my brain is not processing it, and I'm thinking, what? I thought maybe my wife had shot the water up into the air like she does when she's watering. Sometimes you try and hit the roof or hit the awning, and then it's boom, 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 like this, you know. And I was like, what the fuck is that, you know? And so I come out on the porch, and I look over here, and what she has done, she came over here and she grabbed not one, not two, but 3 of my rockets, her having never lit a rocket before in her life. And she came over here and she put them in this barrel. She put them in the barrel all together, and then got the kitchen torch, the can, and thought it would be a good idea to just let me see if I can light all 3 of these. Now, that actually is something I would probably do, but she's doing it because she's thinking, you know what, I'm gonna send these rockets up so it scares the birds away from the fish, even though it doesn't, because the birds will fly around a rocket. The rocket doesn't go bam, it just goes like a massive rocket. And if you've seen these, you saw how high they go and stuff. So of course, and there's no guide, it's just sitting in here like this. And these rockets are pretty powerful. So you can imagine what happened. I don't know, I saw maybe the remnants of the smoke, and I was like, what the did you do? What did you do? I said, oh, I used a rocket. And I'm like, what? I thought she, you know, she took one rocket and just set it off. And I see her, she's walking away from that area with this rocket. Okay, this is what a spent rocket is. So, you know, it's PVC, but it's packed with gunpowder, so it melts at a high heat, right? But more than that, it's a bullet. So this particular rocket happened to just take off crazy and come straight back down, probably right past her. And it crashed into the pond area by the boat. And then so she went and picked it up, probably trying to destroy the evidence before I got out, but I was already out and on it. I was like, what did you shoot? I was like, this. And then I was looking, I was saying, if you want to do it, you do it over here, you put this. And she said, oh, I did 3 of them. And I'm like, what? I said, you lit 3 at the same time. And she says, oh yeah, because of birds, you know. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. That could have been a disaster. I mean, a real disaster. She you know, the thing could have, this is a you know, clean one. It could have easily just turned left and went straight into the small knockdown, or hell, in under the roof of our house and burned the house to the ground. It could have, more importantly, it could have just skyrocketed, hit right in the throat. And then I would have came out on the porch just in time to see her running across the lawn going, ah! My heart is still beating fast, like, Jesus Christ. You know, in the early days, we've been married 25 years more. And in the early days, I worried so much about her getting hurt, you know, about like, oh my God, because she was so, you know, clueless on things that can kill you, you know, basically. And so I was like, dude, no, you know, watch it. And then she's like, you know, when she first, I let her drive or whatever, got her, you know, drive my cars, whatever. She wrecked a couple of them, but by herself. Well, you know, one of them was a speeding guy. He really hit her, but anyway. So, and when that happens, you know, my heart just drops. Somebody call me or this or that. I'm like, oh my God, you know. And actually, even before we got married, she was staying, I would let her stay at my house on the island. And I went to Thailand one time, and she had access to my scooter on the island. And then when I came back, you know, they had a big party for me, and you know, like welcome back from Thailand. I was only there for my school break vacation, and I had come back, and they were kind of hiding something from me. And I come to find out, my scooter was wrecked because her and her friend were hauling ass down the road, on the side of the road. And some guy, you know, was like voting all the time. So some guy had his trailer with his little voting billboard on it, but the eye of the trailer was sticking out in the road. Really, it shouldn't have been. It was in that, you know, it was over the shoulder of the road. So anybody but her, yeah, she ran right into that thing, and it just like, you know, decapitated the motorbike at that side, sent them bolts flying, fuck, hurt, you know, they got their hands scraped and all that stuff in their head or whatever. But my first thought immediately was, oh my God, you could have died. What's wrong? Are you okay? You know, I'm checking her all over. And she's like, no, they were all worried that I was going to be all upset that that the motorcycle got wrecked. I mean, anyway, so it even started beforehand, before we even got married, my fear that she would just, you know, now that she was with me, she's pretty much free to kind of had all this extra free time. She wasn't just grinding it out 18 hours a day in a factory somewhere. She was free to explore and do things, and then, and oh my God, but you would think after 25 years she wouldn't go ahead and grab 3 rockets that are powerful enough to put a hole in your body and just go over there and torch them all at the same time. So what do I have to do now? I have 3 rockets left, and I have to light them all and burn them all so she doesn't get a hold of them. So here we go. I'm gonna do it right here. Right next to the moon. Pretty cool, huh? Those are cool though, you gotta admit. And when I bought them, they gave me a free little one, or a littler, but it's still a, you know, a rocket. And it'll still, it's all bent up. It'll still go flying. Let's see if I can straighten that out more. But yeah, it's a smaller one. No? Whoa, shit. Uh-oh. I hope that didn't go into my street. Anyway, they're all gone now. Unless that one's in my street, then the neighbor will come over and go, dude, what the f. But I didn't even see where the ones that she lit went, except for the one that, you know, came back and could have took her out. But now they're all gone, so she won't be doing any of that anymore. You know, and if you watch these videos, you know that I've been through quite a number of little accidents here on the farm. You know, doing all this, and so I'm kind of acutely attuned to the fatality of possibilities, or the possible fatalities that can occur when you have accidents on a farm. You know, my end, because I'm using all the power tools and stuff, and for the most part, even with the power tools, I try to not let her use the bush cutter when I can. You know, sometimes she wants to, it's okay, and I go over the safety things again. My chainsaw, I think when we first got it, I tried to let her use it once. I stood there, and no, never again. So the big one anyway. So I would buy these small ones, these small hand chainsaws for her, because she's just a very small person too. Small hand saws, small equipment, more manageable, things you can help. It won't kill you too much. I mean, even a small chainsaw could chop your fingers off, but not like a big chainsaw. A big chainsaw, she could drop it and lands on her leg and cut her leg off, and then she's dead. So, you know, all those scenarios go through my head when I'm thinking about trying to protect my wife. And then she does this. How do you protect somebody like that? How do you protect when people do that? I don't know. But never again, man. If I get any rockets or whatever, I'm gonna buy them and light them off where I'm at. But dude, what an ordeal. That was just, I'm still detoxing about it, and you know, I know she don't want to hear it. So can't really sit there and lecture her. She was like, I go, Dot, let me tell you something. I said, I don't want to hear it. So I'm only going to tell you 2 words. Or, no, maybe 3 words. 4 words. Don't ever touch a rocket. Phew. Ow, what the fudge? Whoa. It sounded like, I thought someone was biting me under my foot. I think a pointed stone came underneath my big toe when I was walking. Anyway, yeah. So they're there. I can still see their little black heads, and you can see the water movement. That's the thing. These, you know, I can see their little black heads, you know, and moving around. And maybe they come to the surface too, because the water, you can see it's not clear. So I don't know that they can see any good. And if they're up on the surface like that, that's easy easy pickings for the birds, man. So I don't know. It's all right though. I mean, you know, 4,000 fish. That was those are the tilapia, or what we call the Nile tilapia, or the black ones. You know, you got black and red. Actually, I got you know, probably half a dozen red ones, I guess, that got mixed in with those when the guy's scooping them out. So there's a few red ones in there too. But what was I gonna say about that? Yeah, 4,000 fish. That was only 1,200 baht. So whatever, 30 bucks or something like that. But what I did want to do is come back over to my bird's nest. If you remember, there they are. They're still there. I don't know. What do you think? You think the bird abandoned them? I mean, I saw them. If you watched the last video, you probably see that that the birds came back right after I cut all this. And walked away. They came back and let me try and find some more leaves. They came back and checked out their nests and stuff. You know, I think the one bird probably sat on the nest, and the other one came back out and sat on the side and looked on the side, kind of checking for, you know, checking for predators. But I don't know if I can protect these eggs, man. I don't know. It's a little better, but this side, I don't have any branches for that side. Man, it was hot. It wasn't that hot today, but well, maybe some of this bamboo leaf. They use this on occasion. What do you think? That look better? Might be all right. Trying to save bird. Well, enough about that. I hope they survive. I'll have to watch to see if the bird, you know, is nesting at some point. Maybe this time of day they're out and about. But if they said, you know what, it's too dangerous, then they would have left. They'll have more eggs. Hell, they probably have eggs every few weeks. But what may happen is that a snake finds its way, because the snakes they'll go through the bushes because they know birds are in the bushes, bird eggs or whatever. So I might come back out here tomorrow or something and the eggs are gone because they would have been in somebody's belly like a snake. I don't think the lizards eat the eggs, just the snakes. And speaking of snakes, my cats, I think they must have ate it, because I know they killed it. It was Jack's mud snake, I think that's what it's called, or somebody's mud snake, or Cody's mud snake or whatever. It was only about 10 inches long, but I saw the snake out here on the step, and I thought, who were the reason I went out there to check it out, but then I saw it wasn't moving because it had like holes right through its neck, and I was like, oh, well, I killed him, all right. And then I went and did something in the house, and then later in the evening I was like, oh yeah, hey, I want to see if I can take a picture of that or whatever, you know. And I came back out here and it was gone. I asked my wife, like, hey man, did you see that snake? She goes, yeah, I saw it. I was doing anything with it? She's like, no, I didn't touch that thing. And then I was like, that means that it was probably consumed by the cat. The cat will eat a whole snake much the same way he eats the whole tail of the rat, as long as it's edible. I mean, and that snake, I believe it is one of the non-toxic ones, so it would have been edible for them anyway. Although he could have just took it and dragged it back under the house or something and tried to wake it up to play with it. And then when it didn't, he just left it there. So We're still very dry here from all the cut-offs, and of course my wife burning stuff. I think I mentioned she's pretty much the pyro. I always thought I was, but I think my entire childhood of pyrotechnics has been surpassed in the last 2 years of activity of my wife's. But yeah, man, waiting for this canals to fill up with water. We need the water. I think I'm going to take the scooter and go down to the main canal. There's a main canal on that tree line back there, and a lot of guys, they just suck off the water into their farms and fields here and stuff. And down at the intersection of the road, you could actually take the water from the main canal or from that canal and pump it into the main cement canal that runs along the whole front of everybody's property, and then you just open the gate, like, you know, by your farm or whatever. As long as the other guys have closed their gates, then all the water would come down here. I could actually block it on the other side of my gate, and then all that water I pump from that canal will go into my farm, which is actually something I need to consider. I did buy that handy little, you know, Honda copy generator, not generator, but, you know, siphon pump or whatever, so I could easily throw that in the truck and my hose and bring it down there and just suck up water and start pumping, baby. That's all I need to do. Everybody else does it, but like I said, maybe I should take the scooter and go sort that out, see what's up. All right, man, you know what? Yeah, let me do that. Let me get back at you. Well, before I do that, I've been requested to pick up some of the rotten mangoes. Actually, that one's not that rotten. A couple buckets and drop them over there into the fish pond. Not where the little guys won't eat this. I don't know, they probably could. I'll throw a few in there, but there's a whole bunch of them. You know, it rained last night, so although these look like some of them been on the ground for a while, so, but during the rain and the wind, it'll knock them free. So, you know, hey man, just remember, if y'all ever think about our fish, we don't throw away any of this stuff, man. We feed it to the fish. Mangoes, papaya, banana, broccoli, whatever it is, we'll chuck it in there so they can eat it. Well, see if I can't finish this task and get out there for scooter rides. Scooter rides, you know, they're very therapeutic. Maybe today I need a little therapy. All right, man, get back at you. Yeah, they're already enjoying it. Although the mangoes, you know, the ripe ones like that, they sink to the bottom. So they're probably eating them on the bottom. If I plucked the seeds clean, they would, the seeds would, my glasses, these aren't my normal glasses, by the way. My seeds would float to the top, but things we do on the farm. Part 3. Actually, that's probably part 4. Those rockets would have been part 3. Part 1, of course, is whatever else at the beginning of this video. Scooter time on the North 40. Just a quick scoot around the farm block from my house. This canal doesn't really have water at all either. It's got some down there, but he's probably using that for all that water to cover those ponds. But that's not the water I would use. I use water clear on the other side. Some of y'all have seen this route on my other videos. Come through here in the rainy season, or as I like to think, the green season, when everything through here is just like so green, gets overgrown. And some of these guys didn't have to be a landowner, but some of the farmers that come through here will come through here with their machetes and carve it all up, make sure it's clear enough pathways so the stuff ain't whacking you in the head. You know, I'd hate to have a big old bunch of bananas hanging out over here and you're not watching, then it's you know, a little game of whack-a-mole right there. Bam! But it is a pretty cool place. Love driving through here. You can walk through here too. It would be just as pretty. There's a bird's nest on the ground. Looks like a bird's nest that was made out of old pieces of rope and stuff like that. Some of these birds, they take, you know birds, man. Like a city bird almost, right? They'll take anything they can, make a nest out of it. The heat has burned up some of these bananas. It actually, the one last standing banana tree, or not the last standing one, but that one tree that's in our garden, I had it propped up with bamboo for the last couple of months, actually, trying to save the bananas. But it has since fallen over in the heat. It just killed on the bottom, couldn't hold up. It's all dried out. So I lost those bananas. Thankfully, I have bananas from prior harvests peeled and frozen in my refrigerator's freezer so that I can use them for smoothies and stuff. And then we still have a bunch of mangoes, so yeah, it's that banana mango smoothie thing. Oh yeah, you wish you had one of those. Hell, you know what, I just saw something. I bet you if I put a little milk in there, I can make a banana mango blend and freeze it in ice cream pops. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Uncle Craig's ice cream pops. I could probably throw some ganja. No, I mean, never mind. Yeah, man, banana mango pops. I would do just banana. Those are probably good. Or just mango. Those are probably good. But why not banana mango? Yeah, buddy. These guys, farmers out here under the tree, taking their break. That sugarcane here on my left. Fresh rice, young rice on my right. It's all good. It's time for a snack. Looked like he was eating some quiddio or maybe some lop or something. Lop blood or something. Some nice farm dish. These canals, all these guys are plowed clean. They're gonna need water, man. I don't know when the water's coming. With all this is all an indication that it should be coming. I should ask that farmer right there, when's the water gonna come down your canal? That would have given me the idea of when we'd have water. But you know, what'll happen is I'll convince myself to go ahead and set the pump up and you know, take out the water from the canal up here. And as soon as I get done, the government will release water. You know, they'll open a dam chute somewhere and to feed for these farm fields, and I'll have even more water. I'm trying to one-hand this right now on a bumpy road. Whoa, buddy. Nice view in the viewfinder. Suppose if I go slow, it'll be all right. You can see these divots on both sides of the road here from the recent rains. Many rains ago, just, you know, pushes those holes down in there. They just remain there. There's probably times when farmers fill them in. You can see that some of these have been filled in because, you know, they might need to do that. But eventually them tractor wheels dig a hole right in there, man. Dig a hole right in there. All right. Oh, the poor puppy's got a limp. Is that right? You all right? What's the matter? I'd stop, but they're probably like, no, don't even think about it. Especially like an injured dog. Oh my God. Unless it's so badly injured that it can't move, you take your chances on trying to, you know, help out an injured dog. And looking at those two dogs, they're taken care of, well fed, well groomed, and they're both going that way really fast. So that tells me they're going home. So if he did in fact step on something or get his foot caught between a tree and broke the dang paw, but got out, breaking it, that he's gonna get back to his master and say, dude, my foot, you know, to someone he trusts to take care of that foot. Because it did look like a fresh one. You know, I mean, you can tell some dogs that have only 3 legs, or they're only working with 3 legs because the 4th one is a dead limb or this or that. That did not look like one of them. You know, he could have also jumped on something. Snake, dead snake in the road. He could have jumped on something and then, you know, awkwardly landed and messed up his foot. But the way it looked to me, it looked like he probably stepped on something and it stabbed him in the foot. And he, you know, he's all right, he probably can't get it out. Probably right between his toes or something. But I'll make sure to keep an eye out for him. If I see him next couple days out here and he's limping in the same fashion, or limping worse, it probably would be. I don't know. But if he's scooting around, I don't know, it was nothing at all. Well, this is the road, so we're coming up on the road, and the canal is on my right, the main canal. These are all dry too, so these would need to be filled in by the guys that are draining from this canal. They would pipe it straight over the road here. But I don't see any water over there, so I'm getting the feeling that there's no water in this canal, man. Which would mean that, I don't know, I have to ask her. Maybe I should ask my sister. Oh, there's no water. Dang, look at that. Right there. There's a little footbridge, and there's absolutely no water coming at all. And you can never tell. You can see over here, this guy, he would put some sticks and some sandbags. And what he more likely would do is sandbag it to raise the water level when it was low, and he would set up his pump right here and suck it out over into, you know, this canal, which is the main city canal. It's cement, and so the water would travel fast enough, and then you can make it all the way down to like where our farm is. So that's kind of sad, no water in that canal, man. I'll have to start writing down what the schedule is, because I imagine they got to be on a schedule at first. unless you go request. So there's probably a schedule that says, you know, whatever, April, May, June, November, blah, 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 that they open the gates to allow more water. Because all these farms here rely on that, you know, cement canal water, the main channel that goes down and feeds all these farms. And right now that's post rice on our side. They haven't tilled it yet, you know, so there's no tilling going on. If it was all tilled in and the dirt was starting to dry out a little bit more, because underneath, right, once you till it, you bring up the wet dirt into the light. So they surely want to hurry up and get the water so the dirt don't dry out too much. This guy's already, my neighbor, or I should say an uncle, he's already tilled his land, so that's another thing. And anyway, I'll figure that out. There's the cement channel. You get a better view of that cement channel now that all the stuff's been cut away from it over there. But yeah, man, we gotta do something about that. This is it right here, Chateau Uncle Craig, the Monarch. Wait a minute, whoa! Might as well check my mailbox today, see if they delivered my PIN code. Remember I told you I lost the key, right? Look at that. First there's a lizard on the mailbox, as usual. When I went, dude, you gotta get off of there. So this is what I figured out on how to open this box. See, 'cause it's got the lock, and I tried turning this and, you know, loosen it up, and that wouldn't work. So I thought, you know what, this is like, if I just bend it over this way, and if I turn that a little bit and bend that way, I should be able to open that up. Boom. And there's nothing in there. So I need to take this off and get a new lock, but I haven't done that yet. Oh, they put the power bill in there. I haven't gotten any mail since I put that box in there. And we don't get a lot of mail anyway. But I'll be interested when I do get mail like that. That's probably going to be, unless it's from the tax department or Social Security department, it'll be, you know, mail that I'm actually waiting for. And I'll be interested to see what my mailman says, if he in fact comes to the door to deliver it and doesn't see the box. Although he's the one who told me to get a box. So we'll see. Anyway, I think that's about it. Gonna get cleaned up a little bit and get out there to the market and get some dinner. All right, man. I'm here on the Thai farm and my life. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. And I'll get back at you with more fish stories here on the Thai farm.